everybody, thanks for watching. And just a quick reminder that Ancient Religion Volume 2 is now available. Make sure you guys check it out. Also, again, books, anybody who's waiting for books, as I said before, you guys will get it. We won't forget anybody. And appreciate your patience. Also, another reminder, November 29th, for anybody who's in the Las Vegas area, make sure you guys come out and check out Gospel of Hip Hop happening November 29th at the Housel's House on the campus of UNLV. I will be a panelist there speaking about, hip hop and the effects that it has on the Black community and how we can use hip hop to fix, what's taking place in the Black community. I'll be joined by other panelists, and it'll also be moderated by Taylor Cummings, who is a PhD student and also who's organizing the event. So you're here November 29th. Make sure you guys come and check it out. And before I get into the video, I want to talk about some personal economic questions a lot of people had. Also, there'll be another stock market video coming soon. There's a lot of information that has come up. A lot of things have been changing with the market. As I said, it would. Hold on to the stocks I told you to hold on to. Trust me on this. It's going to take some time, but they're going to come up. Make sure you guys are getting set and getting these stocks, set and on your portfolio, as soon as possible. As you have been noticing, they are not letting you buy a lot of these stocks. So if you pay attention to the stocks that I showed you guys, that I mentioned, a lot of them you cannot buy anymore. They understand what's coming and what's going to happen. They don't want everybody to get rich off of it. So if you got it when I told you to get in, you got in. Now, it's different levels you have to be on in certain stock portfolios they want you to have before they even let you buy or get into buying certain stocks. We've seen this happen with the Dow Jones. Remember, you can't just go and buy Dow Jones stocks. If they understand what's happening and what's taking place, you guys got to know how this stuff works and how they know knowledge has increased, and they're not going to let everybody come up off of, what's going to take place. But personal economics, put the video out. A lot of people have a lot of questions on this, and you guys got to understand, as I said, you qualify for a lot of stuff. A lot of people are just too conscious. I don't want to take nothing from the government and the government this, and I ain't trying to beg the government for nothing. This is your money. You got to understand how to use this system to your benefit. You can't be, a conscious person that is for, Black entrepreneurship and then be against taking, what's owed to you and using the system to your benefit. Because to be an entrepreneur, you have to do that. You have to understand how to use the system to benefit you. You cannot open a business without going through government channels and understanding how to get the resources you need to do so. So don't be so, just one-sided and think that this is about, white man shit and take it from the white man and this and that, when they're using you to establish what they already established. Know how to use the system to get out what you need to get out for you to grow and to definitely grow as an entrepreneur and to, take your family and your finances to the next level. But it's a lot of programs. It's a lot of things that you guys don't understand that you qualify for and that you can get. There's no way, if you got a credit score over 620 and 800, between 620 and 800, you shouldn't be needing money. There's no way. You should have what you need. Now, if you're online, if you're looking at a lot of these sites, you're going to see a lot of things pop up for companies who understand what I'm going to tell you and know how to use it to get money out of you. They're going to use you to get money out of you. These are things that I want you to understand because there's a lot of scams going on out there, and a lot of people have had questions and have family members who's going through this because it's the same thing that people was using with the PUA or the, PPP, just using people's information and ignorance to make money off of them. A lot of people could have gotten that money, PPP and PUA on their own, but they went through people and paid them a lot of money to do something they could have done for themselves. So what you have now is a lot of companies that's coming up and they're basically targeting people who don't understand what they qualify for and basically using them to get money, get loans or what have you, but paying them to basically do what you can do on your own. And a lot of times people don't mind that because, you'd rather have some money than no money, but you got to understand how this stuff works. So, we're going to get into this next DVD. We're going to talk about all this information. But right off the bat, if you have 620, 800 credit score, you already qualify between $40,000 and $100,000, depending on your credit history. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, anybody who got a score like that, a lot of people do. And a lot of people work. A lot of people also have built their credit back up since, the pandemic. And you got to understand now that there's a lot of companies, as I talked about this before, a lot of companies have been given money to basically fix the economy and to help people rebuild their credit. So like PPP, the PUA money people was getting for unemployment is a part of that whole package that was put out there when this happened with the pandemic. So again, if you didn't read that whole thing, a lot of people didn't read the package and everything that they put out there. So the government basically put out billions of dollars. And, it's basically reaching out to bankers and lawyers and companies and saying, hey, because you guys got to understand how this stuff works. They say, hey, we have X amount of dollars. We need you guys to go out there and get people to qualify for this. We're going to pay you this amount of money for every person you get to get this money. Sounds crazy, but it's exactly what PPP and PUA was. You had Blue Acorn. Blue Acorn was the company a lot of people went through to get the PPP. And Blue Acorn is basically paid for this process. So this is what's happening. So now, if you have Credit Karma, it's going to blow a lot of you away. I'm going to show you right now real quick how if you have between 620 and 800 credit score, how you can get money in the next couple days. Some of you today. And all you got to do is sign up for Credit Karma. If you don't have Credit Karma, you need to have Credit Karma. You need to have Experian. Experian Boost is real. It does actually boost your credit score when you sign up. But a lot of people don't understand how this stuff works. So if you have Credit Karma is like the hub. Credit Karma works with so many banks and loan companies because now, what I've been saying before, debt is money. Our whole country is based on debt. The money you have in your pocket, if you have paper money, is debt. We talked about all this. So this is a debt-based economy and everything is backed by debt. Debt more than ever has now become a commodity. So now you have insurance companies and you have all kinds of companies that's buying debt. And it's so much money that's being made on debt. Again, tell people all the time, financing cars, they don't care. It's so much money that's being made off of one car if a person defaults. They kind of want you to. So if you think about it, you go into a car dealership and let's say you put down $5,000 for a car, right? $5,000 for a $30,000 car, right? Bank is going to finance you. Interest rate is going to be high. And they're going to say, okay, you put down $5,000. Common sense to tell you, put down $5,000 on a $35,000 or $30,000 car, only owe $25,000. It don't work like that. So with a high interest rate, the $5,000 you put down, you might as well put down $1,000 because it's not going to matter at all. You're going to be paying back probably $12,000, $13,000 on that $30,000 or more. All that cash is going to do is determine what your payments is going to be. So the more cash you put down, the lower your payments can possibly be. And that's how they determine that. But really, it doesn't matter because you're going to still be paying for probably twice the money that the car is worth when you think about it. So if you default, they come and repo your car. Same thing is going to happen to the next person, especially if you kept the car in good shape, car is running well. Then they're going to come and repossess the car. It's going to mess up your credit. It's going to end up back on some dealer's lot, and the process is going to happen all over again. And this is what they do. So, they don't care if they give you a car loan, which is the fastest way to build your credit, by the way. It's because the car is tracked. They have trackers in the car. They don't care. They'll find the car. And it's the fastest way to build credit. But at the same time, it's easy for them because if you default, they're going to make money off you anyway. They're going to get their money regardless. So understand real quick, Credit Karma. If you don't understand, I'm about to put you on to something. Make sure that you sign up. Now, it's not just Credit Karma. You have Capital One. Capital One, a lot of you guys probably have Capital One. Capital One is another company that you put in your information. It'll monitor your credit score, help you build your credit score. But after a while with Capital One, they'll offer you a card, certain rate, what have you. Now with Credit Karma is better because Credit Karma is going to give you real answers straight up about what you qualify for based upon your credit score and your credit history. So if you're a person working on your credit and trying to build your credit, you want to be on Credit Karma. So what Credit Karma will do is based upon your score, it'll tell you straight up, hey, you qualify for this credit card, for this loan, how much you can get, and how likely your chances are to get it. and if they recommend it or not based upon your credit report. So with Credit Karma as well, you can also put in your bank information, bills that you pay, and so on and so forth. So that stuff you enter in there. If you're a person who pay your bills on time, if you're a person that take care of business, this is what you want to do, because when you put the stuff in there and they can see that your account is being subtracted to pay bills, it boosts your credit score. So then eventually over time, you'll qualify for more things. So it'll tell you, hey, you qualify for a loan, X amount of dollars. The chances of you getting it is exceptional. You should apply. You'll get the money. And based on your bank account and, your deposit history, so on and so forth, we estimate you can afford this, and this is how long it's going to take you to pay it off. Easy stuff. So a lot of people don't know how this stuff works. People think once you put your information in, credit score is going to drop. In some cases that is true, but it always goes back up. If you are a person who don't monitor your credit score, you're tripping. You need to be involved and have yourself signed up to one of these credit institutions that's monitoring your credit. And if you pay your bills on time, if you're paying your bills, if you ain't egregious with it, it's going to build your credit if you use these things to help you out. And these whole companies was put out there for this reason, because credit is a problem. This is a debt-based economy. Everything is about debt. So they want to know that, hey, if you're getting out of it, if you're building up your credit score, then you're a candidate to, get into this whole debt race. Even if you're financing or getting a loan or what have you, it's debt. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because a lot of you guys can use these loans to start a business, quit your job, or, start up a hobby or what have you, anything that's going to bring you, side money or side hustle or what have you. This is what a lot of people do. So I know people who I've helped with this, who's taking the money to open clothing businesses, to open stores, restaurants, or what have you. And this is a way to do it. Now, it's not impossible. Everybody thinks this stuff is hard. Oh, I can't do it. It just requires discipline. That's it. You need to be disciplined in paying your bills. You need to set a plan together and stop bullshitting with your life. Stop just going all crazy with your money and just really put together a plan. Especially at, if you're in your 30s, it's like, what are you waiting for? Like, you should have your shit together now. But this is a way to do it. And with Credit Karma, they kind of sort of set you up to where you can monitor everything and be on point and on track with how you spend your money, and get alerts about, your score goes up, if somebody ran your credit, so on and so forth. This is to help you build your credit. It's one of the biggest things I talked about in personal economics. Credit is important, but now more than ever, you can use your credit to really get ahead and really, help yourself out. So we're going to get into this more in this video, this next video, DVD coming out, but also want to get into people who have trouble with student loans. I know you guys seeing, all the student loan forgiveness and everything like that. It's a real quick way for you to fix this. And they probably tried to contact you about it, but a lot of people, we ignore those emails and calls about, hey, we can help you with your student loan debt and so on and so forth. But my whole thing is for people, if you don't want to go back to school, then eventually you're going to pay it off. But for anybody who's actually trying to go back to school and finish, you dropped out because you got pregnant, or for whatever reason you dropped out for, you didn't finish. It's easier for you, because all you really have to do is just get back on a program, which we're going to get into, which can basically, $5 a month for 7 months. And that's all they want to do is $5 to $15 a month for a few months. And they want to see you make that consistent payment. And once you do that, they'll basically almost like refinance your student loan, sort of speaking, to where, okay, we're going to give you the money to go back to school so you can finish it. And we're just going to add this money. We're going to reduce the money that you owe, but then put the remainder on the back end of your new student loan. The thing is, you just got to finish school. And if you finish, the debt that you owe, the old debt, will be either wiped out completely, or in some cases, the whole debt can be wiped out completely. It's a lot to it. We'll get into it. But it's one of the things I'm seeing with a lot of people not understanding what you qualify for, what you're able to get, especially if you're married. People don't understand the benefits of being married and how, two people can accomplish so much. It's just a lot of people are not getting this information. It's one of the things that, I wanted to really get into more. And personal economics, but just wasn't enough time with so much in those videos. But it's so much you qualify for, especially if you're trying to open a business and marriage. We're going to get into all this information, but you gotta understand how to use, especially now more than ever, how to use the system to your benefit and see what you qualify for, and a lot of stuff you could take advantage of to get money and to get ahead. Even if, that people seeing now. So if you had employees, if you got the PPPs, a lot of stuff popping up, how they giving you $20,000, $30,000 per employee for people who had employees who was paying taxes. So basically, they're giving you money to help cover your taxes per employee. So a lot of people seeing a lot of money off of this. My lawyer, same thing. He sent me the information same thing with PPP. My lawyer, that's what I was telling you guys in the video, LegalZoom. So with LegalZoom, it's a thing you could sign up for. I think it's like $1,500 a year, $1,500 to $3,000 a year. And you basically have a constant lawyer. Even though I went to law school and everything like that, I know my stuff, but it's still good to have people who is sending you constant information about things your company qualifies for that you should sign up. So I had my lawyer basically send me emails about, hey, for the PPP, fill this information out, you should get money. I did. So it's the same thing with this. Hey, you have employees, say, fill this information out, you should get this. Same situation. And it's so many things I've seen that, average people qualify for that you can get that we just don't know. Grants, all kinds of stuff. We're going to go into all this stuff in the video. And I'll walk you guys through a lot of this stuff, but it's a lot that you qualify for. It's so much money out there that we're not taking advantage of. And it's one of the things that I said before, that this is what they know is going to happen. And you have other people who, they don't know either, but they necessarily don't need the money, and we need the money. So it's like, they're actually out there trying to get people to, sign up for the stuff to see if they qualify. A lot of people are renting apartments right now who don't understand that they can get a mortgage.